Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Angela, and at the age of 50, I moved from Washington, D.C., all the way to Los Angeles, California to pursue my dreams. Welcome to my channel. And I moved across country to pursue my dreams of to take my entertainment career, stand up comedy, and acting to a whole nother level. To be in the Super Bowl of the entertainment industry. And so today I'm going to talk about a little bit about that. And also, I would like to respond to a video that I saw that really resonated with me. It really connected with me. And today I want to talk about a video on YouTube that I saw from Picky Girl Travels the World. She has an awesome channel. And the video was starting over at 40. What I've learned along the way, advice for Black women starting over. So, you all, I started over at the age of 50. And so she had talked about how she had started, how she was kind of celebrating. I don't know if you can call it celebrating, like getting divorced from her ex husband 10 years ago this year. And for me, I was like, oh my God, 10 years ago, I divorced from the 9 to 5 job. Yes, I used to work a 9 to 5 job. And to be honest, you all, I haven't worked another 9 to 5 job since. Now, I sometimes think maybe I need to go back to that because it's not easy. It's definitely a walk of faith of living, that's for sure. Um, yeah, so I just want to shout her out. I really enjoyed her video. And for me, starting over was wow, it was deep. When I left the 9 to 5 job, I had to leave y'all because it was going to be me or them or us. We weren't going to make it. It messed up with my mental health. To this day, I am still suffering from remnants of what happened to me at on the job, my 9 to 5 job. I would just sum it up and say that it was situation of bullying. Yeah, bullying in the workplace because I couldn't really. They didn't do anything to me directly that could fit a specific category, but it was really rough. And it took a lot to step away from that job. Like Picky Girl Travels the World had talked about how a lot of times we stay in situations too long um, because we feel trapped. And I definitely felt trapped. I'm like, this is my 9 to 5 job. This is my career. I've been doing this type of job for almost 10 years. Well, at that point, 10 years plus. And we also feel a sense of shame and also judgment. And it pause, pardon me, because I am looking down at my notes. I want to stay focused because I can go off on a whole nother level. But yeah, she talked about all those things, and that really connected to me because I stayed in my job too long. Um, it was like I stayed in my job so long, you all, that I have a river named after me somewhere in this world. Okay, an Angela River somewhere in this world because I literally would if I went a day without crying on the if I went a day without crying, that was a good day. Like that's how much crying I did. So it was really rough. And a lot of times we tend to stay in situations too long because of the shame, the judgment, especially like at that time I was in my 40s when I left. And it was like, well, if I leave this job, how am I gonna pay for my mortgage? How am I gonna pay for life? I'm a grown adult, I have responsibilities. How am I gonna do this? And I remember at the time, that's when I had started with going to therapy, um, being diagnosed with major depression. You guys, especially my sisters and sisters of color, y'all, go don't be ashamed to go get help for your mental health, okay? If your arm is broke, you would go see an orthopedic doctor or go see a doctor. So when your heart and your mind is just not together, go get help, okay? So I would see my therapist all the time, and they would try to walk me through like leaving my job because it was like just that bad. But I felt a sense of shame because it was like, you leaving this job? Like, are you crazy? And the thing is, you all, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I had started like try to save up money. I had I had also started taking my stuff home. That was crazy. I had started gradually taking things home. I don't know why at that time I did it, but I did. I started taking things home. I stayed because, yeah, the security, and I had tried to look for other jobs. I had tried to look for other positions, and nothing was coming through. But thank the Lord, I had a part time job that I had been working for a long time, and I was able to lay back on that once I had to walk away from my main 9 to 5 job. And that job had a lot of flexibility. So I did that job kind of on my own terms up until I left California. Okay, I wasn't sure something happened to my computer. But anyway, yeah, up until I moved to California. I stayed because of judgment, judgment from society. Like, you're almost 50 years old and you leaving your job and what you going to do? And y'all, also, I'm single. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. So it was like, society looks at you like you're crazy. Why are you leaving this job? But you all, it don't matter what society says. So who makes up society rules, okay? We have to live by our own truth, by what's going to make us be well and happy and satisfied, okay? So anyway, yeah, so I stayed trapped in my job too long. I had to divorce it back in 2014. And so within those 10 years of my divorce from the 9 to 5, I've done a lot of part time jobs, a lot of gig jobs. I After I left, it was like, okay, well, what are you gonna do now? And it was like, I had already been doing stand up comedy up until that time before I even left my job. But it was like, what are you gonna do now? And it was like, you always wanted to be an actor. You always wanted to be on TV. You always wanted to do that. So I started getting into acting. I started pursuing things in the Washington, D.C. area, in New York, where I was able to get into acting. And I have done some things in the last 10 plus years now that have been on television. I've done things on stage, in theater, where I started doing acting in high school. So all those things. So I've done that. Yeah, I got back into acting. In those 10 years, I said to myself, well, you know what? Once you pay off your car, then we're going to move to California. And you guys, California, Los Angeles had been a dream of mine since I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, you all, I remember in elementary school, there was a period of time that when you put your name on your paper, I used to put Angelus instead of Angela. So that's how deep this desire went in me. And so I was like, I'm moving to California after I pay off my car. Well, you guys, just before 2020, I ended up totaling my car. The car did get paid off, but it ended up getting totaled. And I mean, it hurt, and I was so upset because I'm like, now I'm on a limited income. How am I going to make it? But looking back at it, it's probably better that that car didn't survive, because I know for a fact it would not have made it cross country, because up until that point that I was in the accident, I've been putting a lot of money into it. So, some things happen for a reason. Um, the other thing that I did, I worked on my comedy career. During that time, I ended up getting connected with a coffee house in Northern Virginia. And if you look through my channel, you'll see a video, a promo video that I did on producing comedy shows, clean comedy shows. So during those 10 years, I started the More Laughter Clean Comedy Show. in Northern Virginia, and I also did shows in Maryland where I would book comedians who did clean comedy, and I would have sold out shows, you all, up until COVID. Oh my gosh! And so just before I left, I had the show attendance had started picking up, and then I moved. But hey, whatever. Starting over, new beginnings, right? Let's see what else has happened within those 10 years. Oh, I because of my desire to live in Los Angeles, California, in 2019, I attended a dramatic arts school here in Los Angeles, California. For They had like a 2 month intensive program dealing with acting and the entertainment business. So I signed up for that. I did that for 2 months. I came out here to LA for 2 months, and it was a great like precursor to kind of let me know like, is this for me? Yes, no. Could I see myself in LA? And then I left, and I was like feeling some kind of way about living in Los Angeles. I was like, I don't know. I think I want to stay here, but no, maybe I'll go back home. I didn't have my car, but that was okay. I pretty much used Uber, and I used public transportation. So, yeah. So that was a really good like appetizer for me about moving here to Los Angeles. And so then after getting back to the East Coast, I was starting to feel some kind of way like, man, I kind of miss LA. I think I want to go back out there. And then y'all, boom, that pandemic hit. That family member we can't stand called COVID came up on us, okay? Introduced themselves to us, and took people out, made people very sick. I don't have to go into that. You all remember what happened in 2020, especially if you're, watching this video like within the time that I'm putting it up. But anyway, I bring up COVID because that was a big eye opener to me. During that time, I lost some family members, close family friend members to COVID. Um, I myself had COVID in 2020, and then that kind of was like an eye opener to me. Like, Angela, life is short. Like, we only get one time here. And it's like, what are you doing with your life? And then, a few years after COVID is when I was about to turn 50, and y'all, mentally and emotionally, I was just going through. I did not welcome 50 very well. Um, yeah, I did not welcome it very well. And, my family was going to have this big celebration for me. And what happened? COVID ruined it because the numbers kept going back up for COVID. So, yeah, so I was just like, what am I doing with my life? Life is short. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And it was like, I'm here in the Washington, D.C. area, and I can't really get anywhere with the entertainment business. I mean, comedy, yeah, I could do that. But in terms of like getting more acting opportunities, it was like I felt very limited. So, um, that was one of the reasons why I moved. And that's what I did within those 10 years. Okay, so then, yeah, yeah, life is short. So I made that decision that, you know what, I'm going to move, and I want to live my life without regret for the next 50 years or how many other years I have left on this earth. And I moved here to Los Angeles, California. Um, yeah, I moved here and basically started over. Y'all, it's been great, but it's not been easy. But I don't regret it. It's something that um it's like one of those thoughts that you have, and it's like, if I was on my dying bed, what would be something that I would regret? And a lot of times it's your time with family and friends, which is true. But it was like, that means like I didn't live the life that I always wanted to live. So it was like, all right, I'm moving to Los Angeles. And so it's been, I don't regret it. um At 50, it's like you can't really care anymore what people think or what they're going to say, because a lot of people are like, girl, you moving to Los Angeles, that place is expensive. Girl, how you going to make it? Like, I had all these naysayers, you all. And that is one of the reasons why I waited so late to announce to people that I was moving, because I didn't want to hear the naysayers and I didn't want to be like influenced by them. And sometimes you have to keep things to yourself until you're like ready to go. Like, say what you want, but peace, I'm out. So I drove cross country. My friend Tracy, who had worked with me with my comedy shows in the East Coast, she had volunteered to be my road dog, y'all, because I was like, hey, I'm moving to LA. I guess I'm going by myself, because people weren't available to go with me, and I was okay with that, because y'all, I have this quote in life that I live by, that if you wait on other people to do things that you want to do in life, you're never going to do it. So the only person you have to rely on is yourself and God. Well, in my case, in God, or if you believe in God, or whatever your beliefs are. But I believe in God, Jesus Christ. So we took about 10, 12 days to drive cross country, because we did like a tour of the United States. And periodically I'm going to put up videos about my travels cross country. Yeah, we visited a lot of different places. I wanted to make it a road trip, because I was like, when am I ever going to have this opportunity again? So I packed up, put a lot of stuff in storage that's still in storage, because I haven't had time to, when I've gone back to the East Coast, to really like go through all of that stuff and throw away things, give away more things, decide what I want to keep. And plus, it's like, well, I don't really want to. I want to bring some of that stuff here to the West Coast once I really feel established in a place, because I have moved so many times. Okay. And yeah, so I think that's it for now. Um, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say, all I wanted to share. And yeah, so I would just like to encourage you that, hey, if you like what I said and want to learn more or watch my journey, um, come check me out. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, the More Laughter channel, named after my comedy business. And yeah, so yeah, I'll be sharing things about my life and things I've done. Um, and I'm also really into bling things and stuff like that. So like, so I did these glasses because I like to sparkle. You know what I'm saying? Ain't they nice? But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna be sharing stuff about my bling apparel, which came about from doing stand-up comedy. But anyway, you all, I hope that this has encouraged you, giving you something to think about, especially if you're in that state of being middle age, a woman, no matter what race or ethnicity you are, that it will give you that thought to, okay, I need to do something. Because remember, y'all, life is short and tomorrow's not promised. And at the end, we got to do what we really want to do, what makes our heart beat. That's what we got to do. And that's why I am living in Los Angeles, California. I thank God that my home is not Skid Row. My heart goes out to people who live out on the street, because the homeless situation out here is no joke. And it is not a population that you want to join, okay? But I thank God, I thank and praise God that I am not homeless. I have a roof over my head. My car is still hanging in there. All right, baby, we rolling through this crazy LA traffic, y'all. This traffic, whoo, it is a beast. But thank you so much for tuning in, and please look out for my next video. And check out my other videos. I have comedy videos, I have other videos, I have shorts on this channel, but check me out. And please give me some thoughts. Let me know. Hey, have you ever started over? And what area did you start over in? Were you of middle age, or were you young? Were you older? Like, talk to me. I would love to get your comments, to see what you all think and what your experiences have been. So, yeah, thank you all so much. My name is Angela. Take care and peace out. All right. Boop, boop. Bye.